IWC, Houston, we have a problem. It's our Money in the Bank predictions, and we're on pace for some thunderstorms, and we're ready to polish each other's peacemakers. You're pretty deadly. Ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here talking our WWE Money in the Bank predictions. And I'm here with the best co-host, the best tag team partner, the best friend in the world, Pretty Deadly Jesse. Yeah, and I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Yeah, a.k.a. Komplex Jones, baby. Yeah.
I noticed you had a one-handed gun today. Your other one's busy.
My other one's busy. Yep. There we go. Click, clack. We're back.
I mean,
coming live from vacation.
Looks like you're coming a lot on vacation. Look at that Yeet shirt going on right now, bro.
I know, right? You got to wear something special when you out of town. Yeah.
I was gonna say you're from an undisclosed location, but you gave it up real quick. So.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, live from one of the UFO hotspots across the world. Live from what they call Space City, H-Town, Houston, Texas.
Have you seen any UFOs down there?
I seen some weird shit in the sky. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
Some weird shit in the ground too.
I've seen some weird. Yeah, I've seen a lot of weird shit since I've been here. That's all I gotta say. But. Beautiful city. Shout out.
I had an idea for a band one time called Houston. We have a problem.
Okay.
With the whole Ohio is for lovers and everything was so whatever. Houston, we have a problem, and the stage problem. When you listen, when you go on to perform, a minute before it would say 1 minute until launch, and then 30 seconds to launch, and then with 10 seconds you'd have red strobe lights like the engines. Okay. And the smoke machine.
Yep.
And then the whole stage would go black and you hear Houston, we have a problem. And the band would start playing.
Sounds like any band, their entrance I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Just minus the Houston we have a problem part. But
this is 15 years ago, bro.
I like it. I like it. We might have to do that. Nobody steal that. We might have to do that. Yeah.
We got to tap this video. So yeah, we had a great week of WWE. Minus Karrion Kross not getting qualified for Money in the Bank.
Minus a lot of stuff. I've been hit with the triple whammy of triple threat, for lack of a better words, with everything. Yeah, no Karrion Kross, no CM Punk. We saw it with Michael Cole losing the bet to Pat McAfee. Kick Ash, I know you're watching. I have no other thoughts to say, but I figure since you're saying something, you must live in Indiana, or you are an Indiana Pacers fan. So congratulations to the Indiana Pacers. Jester Damas called it. Pacers in 6. I'm pretty sure we still have the same coach if that ball in game 1 would have bounced a different way. Probably have a different finals, but I don't think the finals would probably be any different. Yeah. But I originally I was like, even if the Pacers beat the Knicks, I'm going to root for the Pacers over the Thunder because SGA is a free throw merchant, and it's kind of annoying. And the one guy on OKC looks like Boris from the Burbs, whatever the guy that hangs out down low. But then I was like, after the Pacers beat the Knicks, I was like, I can't do it. I can't root for them. I can't root for the Pacers. But I swallowed my pride. We're good now. I'm rolling with Indiana. I want Halliburton to win. I want the Pacers to win. We're still rooting for the East here, even though it's our rivals in New York. But gotta show them some love. Gotta show them some love.
I'm glad that's the only thing you swallowed. And like, I gotta say, like,
True.
You were so upset about the New York Knicks losing in the Eastern Conference Finals that you had to fly to Houston to get away.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I do root for the Rockets now. I will say that being a New York Yankees fan, it truly hurts to go everywhere and see Houston Astros hats. I literally drove by the Astros stadium right after they had beat the Devil Rays the other day, 1-0. And yeah. I wanted to go see a game, but they're all out of town games now. They're all away games, so that's not happening. But man, that's unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So we had a great. A lot left to be desired for pro wrestling this week. So we're just gonna do a quick recap of things, and Tim, we're gonna get into our predictions. I know you have a fun-filled day of adventure ahead of you at Waffle House and Whataburger. Combat Jones did attend Whataburger and did not see the Wyatt sucks there, so I think they're just false advertising at this point. So.
I went to Whataburger. I will say the hype is real.
Okay,
but I did not see the Wyatt 6. I asked if they saw Uncle Howdy anywhere, and they did not see him or the Wyatt 6. As I said, I checked the bathroom too because I smell the odor coming from the bathroom, and the Wyatt 6, of course, are shitty gimmick. And I looked and I couldn't find them, but I will go back. I may try to take a video and search around Whataburger, the Whataburgers of the Houston area.
Okay,
and see if I can find them.
There's more than one where you're located.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Oh, really?
They're like Dollar Generals in the White Hood. Yeah,
in the White.
yeah.
Man. I'm like jealous. I've never been to Whataburger. I've never been to Jack in the Box. Never been to Waffle House.
Waffle House. Yep. Raising Cane's, baby. That sauce. Woo. I had that T-Pain munchie box from Jack in the Box. Got a T-Pain air freshener. Yeah. Going to NASA. Going to go into NASA.
Did you?
I'm today. That's what I'm doing.
So cool.
Has some real Texas barbecue.
Man, the barbecue. I want to go to NASA, man.
Yeah.
You're going to come back looking like Bronson Reed if you keep eating like that. I'm telling you.
I know.
Been slacking on the weights. Been
that's
heavy
true.
on the steaks.
I gotta get back to it. I gotta get back to the workout regimen. Yep.
Yeah. So,
but screw the Pacers. I once again, kick ass. I don't appreciate the comments kicking me while I'm down. That hurts. Especially that WWE had to go back and change his stupid Halliburton stupid unoriginal shirt from the Halliburton 317 to taking Brunson's gimmick shirt of him doing the choke sign, which was real original. Halliburton, you won't be remembered for that. Reggie Miller will be remembered for that. You should have done something original. Now you're going to lose. Now you're going to get swept by OKC in 4 games, even though I'm still rooting for you.
Oh, that sounds like it.
The Pacers can run with OKC. Maybe. We'll see. Hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully.
If the Pacers win the championship, he'll be remembered for that.
Yeah, maybe. He'll be remembered for winning the championship and the look on his face when he didn't win the MVP for the Eastern Conference Finals. Ooh. When he thought he was getting it and Siakam got it. But Siakam got him that game too. And that, if Siakam wouldn't have been there, they wouldn't have won.
Man,
no way.
Man, that's tough.
But shout out to Rick Carlisle, great coach.
Shout out Jim Carrey, yeah.
Shout out to Jim Carrey, yeah, exactly. and shout out to the late great Tom Thibodeau too.
Not late, but
well, right. Late to the Knicks now. We'll see what they got going in New York. Who knows? It's crazy.
Thibodeau is going to go to Denver, and they're going to win next year.
Yeah, whoever the Knicks trade to get Giannis or whatever happens,
he ain't getting Giannis.
Wherever they go, they're going to win the championship, and the Knicks are going to be set back another 3 years. You don't think the Knicks are getting Giannis?
No.
No? Okay.
Absolutely not.
Well, he said he wants to go to New York. But would you trade away the team for him? Come on. Oh,
that's the thing. He wants to go to New York, but the team wouldn't be the same if he went there. So it doesn't make sense. Same thing with KD. He wants to go all these places, but then when he goes there, the team's not the same because they had to sell the farm to get him.
Exactly. Let's not do that again like we did with Melo, even though Melo was great and all that for some time. But let's not do it. Come on.
Carmelo Hayes?
Melo Anthony, baby.
Oh, he's him. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he was him for a little while. Melo wants to come back too and play, but the coaching job for the New York Knicks is up now. With the ladder is up, just like the Money in the Bank ladder is up. Ooh. To grab that briefcase to see who wants to take the reins and win the championship next year for the New York Knicks, because they are favored to win the championship next year. And the parade tracker is already back on for the Big Apple at New York City. We're at a clean slate, and the Knicks will win the championship next year. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler, Ashley.
I think you should get a Knicks 2026 champions tattoo now.
I will wait for that. But I will say if they do win it, I will get one. Just like I said, if CM Punk gets a championship, I will get one. But it's not looking good now. It's stressing me out. Karrion Kross, nothing. CM Punk building this all up, nothing. I don't understand what they're doing with Seth Rollins or anything. It makes no damn sense to me.
No.
Makes no sense.
And I love how 2 weeks ago we said our top 3 wrestlers in WWE right now, and you said El Grande Americano, but you're absolutely pissed that he won because CM Punk had to lose.
Well, I mean, I guess it probably wasn't going to be AJ Styles at that point, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at Grande Americano's in it, but when we get to the predictions, I mean, Jesus, what do we have left with? I mean, come on. It's got to be him, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I had I'll shout him out when we get to the predictions. But we had Smackdown, like I said.
Right.
We had the last 2 qualifiers for the men's this past week, and also a qualifier for the women's. Naomi is one of the last qualifiers for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. That's very intriguing because Naomi was on a hot roll and she couldn't catch up. And I don't know. I'm really intrigued by Naomi, where they're going to go with her. I could see her winning. We'll save that for the predictions. But
yeah, Naomi's definitely in the thick of things right now. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, she was facing Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. Wouldn't you want to be in the middle of that sandwich?
Yeah, minus the Nia Jax sandwich part.
Oh, okay, hold the Nia.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll be in the you can keep me in the rest of the sandwich. Take Nia Jax out. Hold the Nia Jax.
Hold the Nia.
Hold the Nia. Yeah.
Oh man. And then also news about in the WWE is that now I've heard differing reports, but saying that R-Truth has been released from WWE. But then I've also heard that it's not that he's been released; it's just when his contract's up, like in the next couple of weeks, they're just not renewing it. So
he kind of said, did he say that he's choosing not to re-sign? Everybody's shouting him out and talking about it too. So I assume that it's all correct. Like, it's been confirmed, at least some of that. I don't know if it's true about that he's actually resigning or choosing not to, or maybe they kind of gave him that option for a show of respect.
Mm-hmm. And if he's choosing not to, where is all the the backlash for Triple H and TKO and all that? If he's choosing not to resign, then like, what are you going to do? I mean,
yeah, what are you going to do if it's his choice not to? I've also seen things talking about Miz, his contract being up in July, and there's nothing that's really came from that either. So people are mad. People are mad at TKO. People are mad at Triple H. Well, it is what it is.
I've also heard like, John Cena heard that R-Truth was going to get released, so then he asked to have that match with Truth at Saturday night's main event to try to like keep him there. Like, whose reports are real? All of these dirt sheets, I don't follow any of them. I don't listen to any of them. Yeah, it sucks. I love the outcry of people that want Truth, the chants that we heard on Raw, we want Truth. But all the backlash on social media and stuff, I just think is stupid. It is what it is.
You just don't know what to believe, what's really confirmed or not, But
yeah,
if R-Truth is really done, I mean, it was a hell of a way to go out. with John Cena, of course.
Yeah. Well, he got beat.
That would make sense.
He got beat by JC Mateo right after on SmackDown. But okay, so you like coffee, don't you? Kombat, you're a coffee guy. Okay,
I like some coffee. Yeah.
So if you were going to your favorite coffee spot and you had this barista that was making you a triple chai latte or something, whatever the hell you drink,
okay,
and then all of a sudden you went there one day and he said, "Hey, they're not renewing my contract. I'm gone in 2 weeks." Would you stop going to that chain?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Not what I thought you were gonna say.
No, I'd still go there. Yeah.
Okay,
well, it depends. It depends how special they make it. They did like the swirl and the little leaf in it, and the foam and all that. And that was the only.
He didn't make your coffee,
or he or she was the only one that couldn't do it.
I mean, like, what if he didn't even make your coffee? He was just the guy you got along with while you were there.
Right.
I mean, come on. It just is what it is. What I'm trying to say is people are not going to stop watching WWE. This whole blacklist WWE are the same people that are live tweeting it.
Right.
Like on Saturday, I'm not watching WWE anymore. Then they were live tweeting Raw a couple days later. And there was this other guy, Corb, on X, and I'm going to shout you out. I'm going to shout you out, Corb, because when all these releases happened a few weeks ago, he put a post up that was like, "Oh, why are they releasing all these stars? Why don't they release people like R-Truth and Carlito instead? Ooh. They don't do anything." And then when R-Truth and Carlito was putting all these posts, throwing a fit about it. So keep that same energy, pal.
Yeah, he put it out in the universe.
Yeah, and then cried about it when they actually got released. So
I mean, people were showing love for Carlito too, being released. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I'm not surprised, but like we said, TKO is kind of in a weird place with how the WWE has been being ran now. We were kind of seeming like we're last year originally when we started the show with Ringside Renaissance. We're in like a renaissance of wrestling, and everything is coming back, and everything is great, and WWE is booming. And now, I don't know what we're doing. I'm not sure. Honestly,
the wave. We're just riding the wave. It's up and down, man.
We got to see where it goes. I mean, people are getting released. I don't know what they're freeing the money up for. You'd think they'd have more money with the companies being merged and everything, but I guess they got different people pulling the strings. They're not pulling the right ones, but we saw Mariah May show up on NXT. She's a superstar from AEW. I always knew she had it in her. And Mariah May is great. She fits in just fine. She can talk on the mic, and she's a heavy hitter in the ring. She don't hold back too, for what she does. So, looking forward to that because we've had a lot of people move up from NXT to WWE lately, especially with the women's Money in the Bank. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And then with TNA going on, it's crazy too because so much stuff switching, moving around. Cora Jade was released, of course.
Do you subscribe to that?
No, I don't subscribe to that. But I do subscribe to Ariel Helwani's channel, and I did watch Elena Black's interview. So shout out to her for making it happen, and getting all the dates and getting that money.
I'm thinking about selling my feet.
Depends how far she'll take it. Then we'll see. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Andrade was the other qualifier for SmackDown. He beat who did he beat? Carmelo Hayes and Jacob Fatu, which is surprising. I didn't think Jacob was going to be the Money in the Bank because then he would have to win it. But Andrade would be cool. He's like a high flyer that's going to be in that match. Not somebody anybody's going to think is going to win it, but.
I'm sure he's going to do like Spanish Fly off the top of the ladder or something with somebody and type of craziness.
Him and Penta about to go crazy in that match.
Yeah. They're the high flyers. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, on the Raw side of it, we had, like we had talked about, El Grande Americano beat CM Punk and AJ Styles to be the last qualifier, which was done. Do you notice how in WWE almost every match has like a run-in interference or like something going on the outside? It's like every single match right now.
Yeah, it's becoming a little ridiculous. Yeah.
Every single match.
Yeah, and leading to that match, Punk had came out and started that show, and seemed like you could have sort of guy. He painted the picture that he was going to win that Money in the Bank briefcase, and it was going to be the summer of Punk, as he said, and had the crowd going wild there in Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, man.
Now, do you think every time he says something's going to happen, it's just not going to happen?
I'm starting to think that now. Okay. It crossed my mind when he was talking about it. I'm like, okay, everything you've said now it is not happen.
But it's funny too because we had Jey Uso and Sami Zayn face Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and CM Punk interfered in that match, and it's after Seth Rollins, but
the interference, and then when Seth had came out and he's like, we know where he's gonna be after. We know where he's gonna be. We'll be back. I was like, oh shit, something's gonna happen. Here we go. I'm like, oh, please have Karrion Kross show up and do something, or interject some type of way, or do something, please.
And he didn't.
Nothing.
A 30-second segment with Sami Zayn back.
Yeah, which could be building towards something because Sami was part of the Punk thing, but then, you had, AJ Styles part of that match with Punk and El Grande Americano, so it's like, you never know.
Do you think it's going to lead to Sami turning on Punk because of Kross, and then it sets up a Kross and Punk feud?
I would hope so. I would love it. Punk says that he's after the championship. He wants gold, though. He's talking about it.
Man.
I don't know what the hell's going on with Money in the Bank, though, for him.
Nothing.
I don't know what's going on with SummerSlam for him.
Hopefully something.
There's not a lot going on with a lot of people for Money in the Bank, though. Especially
weird.
With it being in Los Angeles, too. It's such a big show and a big place. It seems like they put on a bigger show almost for Raw at Madison Square Garden.
Now, Los Angeles, a lot of people are saying The Rock's going to come back at the end with the tag match.
Oh,
because they're in Los Angeles.
And, The Rock, huh? God
it's
damn.
Weird how it's a WWE PLE and not one of the world titles is on the line. That's just really kind of...
Yeah. As soon as they set up that tag match, I was like, oh, man, this is interesting. Here we go.
Not even the women's.
Yeah.
Tiffany or Io, neither one of them have a match either.
Yep.
Just odd.
There's a lot of people. No Gunther, really. We don't have Gunther, right?
Nope.
No, yeah, we don't have a lot. Bianca Belair, even though she's back.
No Randy Orton. What happened to Orton?
No Randy Orton. Yeah. No CM Punk, right? No Sami Zayn.
Styles.
No AJ Styles. No Karrion Kross.
No Chad Gable.
No Chad Gable. No. Even though Grande Americano must have stole his boots.
Well, yeah. Well, he put a post up that El Grande had to borrow his boots because his got lost in customs. So.
That's why I did see that picture of the boots. So yeah, that makes sense. That that's definitely what it is.
And we still have, as of this recording, we still have one more match that's supposed to be announced for Money in the Bank. So I'm thinking I'm just going to do a wild card and think it's going to be a tag team match. There's only 4 matches announced right now. So
okay.
PLE is usually 5. So I'm thinking maybe something with the SmackDown tag titles or something.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Oh my God. Please don't have the Wyatt Sucks in the PLE.
Yeah. The Wyatt Sucks have showed up. Randomly again for the tag teams. I don't know if they're a heel faction now or everybody's just going crazy because they see him or what, but
because they're going after babyface tag teams, right?
Exactly. It makes no sense. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Go back to Whataburger.
That's right. That's right. Sign some autographs for Komplex Jones while you're there.
Yeah. Come see Komplex Jones and sign me an autograph. I'll act like I love you and I never said anything I said. No.
I like Komplex Jones. I think that's kind of what I'm going to stick with from now on.
You like that? That's clever, right? Yeah.
Is it still the K? Komplex
sure.
K?
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep it with a K because, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
yeah.
It is what it is. We'll see what happens, but I can still call you KJ. That's all I care about. So, Money in the Bank is this Saturday from Los Angeles, California. I actually thought originally when you told me you were going down to Houston, I was thinking that Money in the Bank was down in Houston and you were just going all out, to be honest with you. But or all in Texas. But
all in Texas, yeah. I don't think that's close. That's coming up though. It is coming up. I know Raw will be here in June or July, actually, in Houston. But yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? We'll talk about Money in the Bank. I can see how excited you are for it. You got Yeet all over your shirt. So, it's rubbing off. Gotcha. Yeah. Man, oh man. If you see Kombat Jones out in the streets of Houston, just stay 5 feet away from him. And it's not because of COVID. But
yeah, something might happen. Something bad might happen.
So as of right now, there is only 4 matches for Money in the Bank. Like I said, we can just put on our social medias or something a prediction of the 5th match if there's ever one released. But the first match that is like this blood feud, the only one that's like I guess the main event, but like
right.
Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Becky loses, she can never challenge Lyra for the IC title ever again. But if Becky wins, Lyra has to raise her hand. Raise my hand in victory.
Raise the hand of the man.
That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Raise the hand of the man if you win.
Do you think this is the time that Becky finally gets it done and captures that illustrious Intercontinental Championship?
I do. I think the man will raise the IC title in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think they waited for that. I mean, could it go the other way and then she never challenges for it again and she moves on to another storyline? She loses the IC title and then she becomes somehow already ready to challenge for the Women's Championship. It would make sense. But nah, I think she's going to win. I think they gave Lyra 2 times getting over on Becky to get over. It makes sense. And now Becky's going to put some respect on that belt, on the women's IC title belt, and get that belt in LA. Yeah.
Put something on that belt like Paige did.
Yeah. Where? Just that belt. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Becky's going to do. I predicted this a month too early because I predicted this last month, but I think Becky's going to do something dastardly to win the title.
Yeah.
Because she feels like she can't get it done clean against Lyra. And then she's going to try to force Lyra to raise her hand. And then this is going to be the return of Bayley to come out and save Lyra from having to raise Becky's hand because they're in Los Angeles. I think Bayley's from San Francisco.
Yeah, she's from the Bay. Yeah.
It's a short trip for Bayley. It'd be a great pop for her to come back at Money in the Bank and save Lyra Valkyria.
Yep.
But I do think the man gets the IC title here. I think that's really what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll save the Money in the Bank matches for the end. The tag team match that nobody wanted. John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
And Jay Uso.
The heavy champion versus the Universal, the last real champion, John Cena and Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes.
Nah.
No, it'll be interesting. Their promo was interesting on SmackDown going into it. Cena was pretty decent. I liked what he had to say for the most part. Just calling them frauds and wannabes, I guess. And Logan Paul was talking about, walking on water and all types of crazy stuff and just trying to get some cheap heat out of the, was it Tennessee crowd?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or wherever it was. Or SmackDown.
I can't stand his voice, man. Like the way he talks.
Seemed a little a little forced this time again. Yeah.
I'm gonna win. And it's like, oh boy, and a champ. I am a self-made, these Nepo babies.
Yeah.
It's like,
these guys are standing on third thinking they hit a triple.
Yeah. We're born on third thinking they hit a triple.
Yeah. Good line, Logan Paul. I'll give that to you. You can take that one. I'll give you that one. But hey, it's a big match for LA too, especially because Logan Paul, LA, even though he's from Cleveland, he's a big LA Hollywood guy, streamer. You got John Cena. You got the Peacemaker season 2 coming out soon, which Cody Rhodes alluded to them going and shining each other's peacemakers, whatever that means.
I don't make peace with this thing.
Make love, not war, baby. And then you got the heavy eat champion eating all over the peacemakers. You know, it's going to be a crazy crowd for those intros for that. Big match.
Do you think it's going to be a clean finish, or you think something's going to go awry?
Well, you already mentioned The Rock, so now I can't really get that out of my head.
I already said that? Oh, I thought I was waiting.
Yeah. And it seems like Cody's somewhat gotten the better of John Cena. But I don't know. I think maybe they'll give another win to John Cena. Maybe they'll give him another one. Even though Cody lost to him already, it seems like they need some redemption right now, right? Like Jay and Cody need some redemption. But I can see John Cena and Logan doing some heel stuff, or having The Rock come out, or Travis Scott show up again in L.A. to mess with Cody Rhodes. Man, I don't even know how to call this one, honestly, because there's nothing on the line either.
Yeah.
And then what comes from it? Yeah. You know? Well, what comes from it could be some interesting stuff, because we don't know the placement of the match card yet, right?
Yes.
So
exactly it.
Could we get like a Money in the Bank cash in if this matches last? Could we have an attempted cash in, or a tease? Will we get teased? Will we get blue balled with the Peacemaker, or with the Yeet Man, with the Yeet? Will we get a cash in? I don't know. I'm gonna go with John Cena and Logan Paul in LA winning the tag match, I guess. Screw it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's some shenanigans there, and John Cena and Logan Paul do get the win. I could see John Cena pinning Jey Uso, because he's saying he's the last world champion. So to pin Jey and have that kind of little
right, and you get some revenge for Jey pushing him off and winning the Royal Rumble, because
exactly.
they got that
exactly.
That
and I don't want to see Cody eat another pin right now. So because Cody's going to win that title back from John Cena, right? That's like the end.
It's got to be at this point. That seems where they're going with it, unless they're going to set somebody up sooner or later coming up here. But it seems like that's got to be what they're doing.
They're running out of time for a redemption arc for John Cena, so they need to figure something out soon. We're halfway through the year here, so
yeah. And then Jay's got to put his title up against Gunther here. Gunther coming soon, so
the cash-in could happen then.
Right. I almost wish they could have went away with Logan Paul winning that title from Jay, and then Karrion Kross, since he's had such a problem with Logan Paul, kind of, and that whole thing with AJ Styles and with people coming in, you could have Karrion Kross come in and win it from Logan Paul.
Yeah, agreed.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Wish in one hand, shit in the other.
Yeah.
So the Money in the Bank matches, this is what everybody watches the PLE for. Everything else is just scenery. We want to see who's going to hold that briefcase, who's going to cash it in, who's going to get a contract. They said, I think 100% of the time the women's have cashed in.
It is, yeah. Nobody's not got it yet, and that's what's interesting, because like you said, the matches we have on the card, because there's only 4. There's no women's title on the line besides the IC title, so it doesn't really add a tease to somebody being able to lose their championship at the same event, which kind of sucks, right? Because it's kind of nice having that. Oh, what if? What could happen? What know? So, they gotta put the match last with Cena and Logan Paul and Cody and Jey Uso, because you got to have that bit of suspense of what could happen. They got to put it last. They got to. If they don't, they're stupid. They're stupid.
And I see people online saying with the lineup for the women's Money in the Bank, that should be main event. But I don't think either Money in the Bank match should be the main event, because like you said, it takes away from the suspense of what's going to happen later in the night. Right. The women's Money in the Bank is Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vacker.
Vaca.
Man, this was a toss-up for me. I could see it going a few different ways, but I'm going to stick to my guns with what I said when she qualified. I think out of all of these, Julia and Stephanie Vacker are up-and-comers. Rhea Ripley's established. Alexa Bliss is kind of making her way back or whatever, but she's established. Naomi's got her own gimmick going. That's great. I think that Roxanne Perez could benefit most from Money in the Bank, and I think that Roxanne Perez, the shortest woman in the match, I don't know, but maybe Alexa Bliss, but I think Roxanne Perez will win the women's Money in the Bank.
Ooh. Chestradamus says Roxanne Perez will win the Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank briefcase. I like it. All I got to say is I hope they don't go with the obvious and pick Rhea Ripley. I don't want Rhea Ripley to win. Who would I like to see win? Naomi. I think she'd be interesting with it. She's kind of on the come up with her whole gimmick and everything. But I think that there'll be some type of interference maybe with like Jade or Bianca to kind of screw that up now that I think about it. And Alexa Bliss, she's on the come up too. I kind of got her as like my second or third pick of who could win actually, because people going crazy for her, you know, and the Twisted Bliss. I just can't stand that move. It's just a body to body suplex, frog splash off the top rope. For, you know, all these other moves can't get it done. How the hell does that get it done? But neither here nor there. But man, I like your pick of Roxanne Perez. I almost got to go with that now, too. I like that. And that's my chick. I love Roxanne Perez. So, Komplex Jones, Combat Jones, KJ picks Roxanne Perez to win Money in the Bank. And then what does that add? That adds stuff to the Judgment Day with Liv Morgan, the clubhouse and everything. And then she has the briefcase. And then maybe Liv's able to come get the title at some point, and then something comes down the line in SummerSlam because Liv's going to be in her hometown, her home state of New Jersey. Yeah, and that could lead because we got a lot going on.
That's her home state, yeah?
Yeah, she's from New Jersey.
Oh, you think that's why New Jersey stinks so much?
Tell that to Tony Soprano. Yeah.
We almost got a clean sweep here, man. This is exciting. I'm going to have to try to switch up my answer for the men's Money in the Bank because that is the last thing on the predictions right now. So depending on what you pick, I might have to change.
You kind of changed my answer because I was kind of thinking Naomi, but then I kind of was thinking like Jade and Bianca, and then I was like, are they really going to put the briefcase on Naomi? I don't know.
Nah, I think
it doesn't really make sense.
They have to finish the story with Jade and Bianca. That's still got something there.
But they brought these three women up from NXT, though. You got Julia, you got Stephanie Vecker, and then you got Roxanne Perez. And they're fresh on the main roster now. Like, no doubts about it, obviously. You know, and so could any three of them win? You know, we both picked Roxanne. But could Julia win? It's possible if they're trying to really push her. Same with Stephanie Vecker. Like, she lost the NXT championship, so...
It's crazy because if you had a 6-sided coin, you could flip it, and any one of these people, you could legitimately have an argument for who they're going to win. But I'm going to stick with Roxanne. I think that I think she could benefit from it the most. I don't like this little angle they're doing with her right now, and I think she could benefit the most.
Oh, you don't like it? Oh, okay. I think it's good. I like it with Liv and all they've been doing, but you know, Dom and Liv know what's going on. You know, they know what's going on. They're ready for Finn. Finn's playing his games, and they're going to catch him red-handed. Yeah. No Carlito either anymore.
Yeah, but, shout out to Dom wearing the Carlito shirt on Raw, too. That was pretty funny. Dirty Dom. Yeah, shout out to Dom and Liv going sneaker shopping, too. Looks like you went sneaker shopping.
Huh?
Looks like you went sneaker shopping.
Oh, yeah. I got the same shoes as them. We matching. I match them. Who do you want to win the least? Rhea Ripley, right?
Yeah, probably.
Or Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I don't care for Alexa Bliss, but Rhea Ripley, I think that she would benefit the least from it. Like, it
would be so annoying because they just keep giving her everything too.
Yeah, but she's always in the women's title picture anyway, so like.
Right.
To give her the title, she doesn't need that. She's got a strong argument of being in the women's title picture without having the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I think it'd be somebody to
the underdog, a small person. You know, Roxanne is getting that boost.
Somebody that couldn't just like, because everything's real, go to Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce and be like, hey, I want a title shot and just get it. She could just do that. So and that would be a acceptable storyline in wrestling. Like Roxanne or Julia or Stephanie, they're new. Oh, I want a title shot. Well, you have to work your way up. but they have that briefcase. Now it's the wild card. When is it going to be cashed in or whatever?
I think it's going to be a hell of a match too with all of them. Yeah,
I think both of Money in the Banks are going to be pretty good.
Yes, be Stephanie Vaquer and then Julia and then Roxanne. Yeah, they're going to go crazy. And then Naomi, she goes off, and Rhea, everybody. Yeah, Alexa, I don't know what craziness she's going to do. We'll see. See if the Wyatt 6 come and try to help her, since people think she's still part of the group, but there's no way in hell. Yeah, Roxanne, though, that it makes the most sense. It really does. And when you think about like what happened with the Royal Rumble, and she was a runner-up to the Royal Rumble, and everything she's been a part of too. Like, yeah, Roxanne, baby, let's go.
Give it to her.
Roxanne, Money in the Bank.
Now, this one I was a little bit confused about or not sure about until I talked to one of our friends. We had the men's Money in the Bank, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. 3 luchadors in there if you count El Grande, but
gracias.
I think the obvious answer that everyone's thinking is Seth Rollins, and I don't want to go for the obvious. I want to hear what you have to say about it first.
Oh, man. I don't even know. Like, my obvious pick is Seth Rollins, like you said, and it's annoying, and I don't want it to happen, especially with Punk not winning, which did not make sense to me, because I thought if Seth was going to be in it, then they would have Punk in it, which I wasn't crazy about anyways, because, they're kind of going to take each other out, or one or the other is going to win. And, like, we've already saw Seth win the Money in the Bank before and cash in, and it almost makes sense for him to win with what they're doing with this group and to have all the power and stuff like that. And honestly, man, who could win? Like, who really has a chance of winning? Like, Seth, LA Knight, El Grande Americano? That'd be pretty amazing if he won. Should that be my prediction?
Penta with it would be interesting.
Penta in the Bank? I don't think Penta's going to win, though. I think they're just there for the flippity-dippity stuff. For the flippity-dippity stuff, yeah. I'm going to go with the obvious one. I'm going to pick Seth Rollins, even though I'm not happy about it. So they can have all the power, even though I think and I hope that obviously people are going to get involved. Braun Breaker's going to get involved somehow. CM Punk's got to get involved somehow. Sami Zayn's got to get involved somehow. Karrion Kross, what the hell? We want somebody to get messed up, and we want Karrion Kross to take their spot. I want Karrion Kross to take their spot and grab and snatch that Money in the Bank briefcase. I want Karrion Kross to win.
That's that'll be our bold prediction. Someone gets taken out and Kross gets put in and wins it.
We're still hoping.
So I was going to go with the obvious answer, just like you, and we would have had a clean sweep there until I talked to shout out Soto 619.
Okay,
I talked to the other night.
Soto,
and he turned me on to this and changed my answer.
Ooh, okay.
Where is Money in the Bank?
Los Angeles.
L.A.
Okay, L.A. Yeah.
L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Is going to win Money in the Bank.
Really?
I think that
they finally going to give him a push.
I think that because if you look at what I said with the women's side,
right,
who could benefit the most from it? Solo and Jacob Fatu are going to have their feud coming up soon, right? So that's out. Andrade, he's like you said, Penta, Andrade, and El Grande are kind of there for the flippity dippities. Seth Rollins again could just go to Adam Pearce and ask for a title shot if he wants it. The only person that makes sense to me that could benefit the most from this is LA Knight, and it would give him like another push,
And people were so mad that he didn't win the last time.
Oh yeah,
or a couple times, right? Yeah, they wanted LA Knight.
Yeah,
and it's almost like, so what does that mean? We're going to get Karrion Kross next year then? Karrion Kross going to win. They're going to wait another year and give it to him next year then, since they didn't strike when the iron was hot. But maybe they're ready for LA Knight now. Yeah, like you said, it's in LA.
Yeah,
Big things. I like it. I like it. Soto 619. I like it. It makes sense. Like I said, he's got the most. Makes the most sense for him winning outside of like Seth Rollins.
Right.
Unless they're going to give it to El Grande Americano, or we got some Karrion Kross type of stuff going on.
Imagine the internet meltdown if that happened.
Oh my God! Yeah, El Grande Americano inserts some type of. There's no DEI involved, and it takes everybody out of the match, and it's just him left. He inserts himself somehow politically. I'm going to take that Money in the Bank briefcase back to the Gulf of America. Gracias.
So that was our Money in the Bank predictions. What do you all think is going to happen? Let us know. Hit like, share, and subscribe, please. We'd really appreciate that.
Hit the like button. God damn it.
Man, another great night. Unfortunately, Komplex Jones is going to be in flight for Money in the Bank. So we're not going to be able to live stream, but we are going to have a great time watching it and have a great time discussing it when we break it all down next week when we have our review. And hope that everybody tags along with us then.
Yeah, we'll be back at the home base for the Money in the Bank review and aftermath on Raw to see what happens if we get any cash-ins or teased cash-ins or any ideas what the hell is going on. I really can't believe though that there's no Punk match though. There's no Karrion Kross,
no Drew
Sammy,
McIntyre.
no Drew McIntyre, no Damian Priest. What the hell is going on, WWE? What will be the last match? Do you think we maybe get a Punk match announced on SmackDown or something like that?
Yeah, he's been mostly Raw. I think the tag match makes sense to be the main event. Because of both world titles, and it'll give that suspense. I honestly think that there's just going to be like a tag team match added for the tag titles somewhere. Yeah,
and who really, who gives a damn at this point? I mean, Liv didn't qualify either. Maybe it could be Liv and Raquel versus somebody, but I don't see who they're really beefing with the tag titles right now either. But even though Liv came back and she's killing it, you think Liv is going to have some type of crazy spot in LA. You would think. Do you think Liv gets involved somehow and helps Roxanne Perez win? You would think she kind of against her right now, right? She kind of knows what's going on, but maybe it kind of backfires and she helps her win to a certain extent with her and Raquel Rodriguez. Maybe that helps Roxanne Perez win. That would make sense actually if she kind of came in and messed up on it, kind of backfired, right?
Right.
And then it plays down the line with a storyline with Liv and Roxanne Perez, maybe in New Jersey or something like that or something. I don't know.
Let us know in the comments what you think. There's a lot of possibilities. I know there's going to be a lot of interference because WWE's way this time of year. So,
and then we got NXT coming up, but we have the Worlds Collide prior to that event. Prior to Money in the Bank that day in LA. So that should be interesting. I can't wait to watch that back and see how that goes.
Yeah.
See some new people I haven't seen before. Do some flippity dippity stuff. I love it, James. I love it.
I'm just a stupid wrestler alive, and I just don't understand the flippity dippity stuff.
Yeah, I just don't like the no felling. Yeah.
James is forever on our radar, bro.
Yep. God damn it.
You mess with us too long, you get messed with.
You want the bull, you get the horns. Yeah. I'll bring back an alligator. Bringing back an alligator to New York from Texas, baby. Yeah. And a cowboy hat. Yeah.
You got to get one.
I really should. I shouldn't go home empty-handed without a cowboy hat. If I'm in Texas, right? You would think. Mm-hmm. I definitely won't be bringing back an Astros hat. With all due respect, but yeah. But man, crazy. I will be watching Money in the Bank. I'll try to be watching it live on the plane. But yeah, like you said, we can't do no live stream, but we will be reviewing it when we get back this next week with Monday Night Raw. We'll be back to our regular scheduled programming, Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, something like that, maybe Thursday if not, but we'll make it happen. We're going to make it happen. We'll be back next week with all that, talking Money in the Bank. We appreciate if everybody hits the like, share, and subscribe button, hits us up on all the social media channels, tells us their predictions and live time, how they feel about what's going on at the event I can't wait to see. We appreciate everybody that's reached out for all the interactions everywhere. All love to everybody. Yeah. All the creators out there, all the IWC, even the haters. And I'll be looking for the Wyatt 6 all across Texas and all the Whataburgers in the Texas area. Yeah. The great state of Texas. Yeah. Then I'll be back to the other great state of New York. Back in the New York state of mind. But what are you going to do?
I was going to sing the Jay-Z New York State of Mind just to piss you off, but I ain't going to do it. Don't worry.
Don't do that. Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, baby. That's our WWE Money in the Bank predictions. Yeah. And of course, one more time, that's Pretty Deadly Jackson. Yeah. And I'm Andrew Kombat Jones. Komplex Jones. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.